Clark County Today is presented by Connell Real Estate. Hire an agent, get a team. Learn more by visiting connellrealestate.com.
Hey everyone, Chris Brown here with your midweek video update from ClarkCountyToday.com. Well, the number of confirmed COVID-19 cases in the county rose by 50 overnight, reaching 4,029 since the pandemic began. Now, Clark County Public Health also announced the death of a woman in her 70s. That's the third death this week and 65th overall. 22 people are currently hospitalized with a confirmed case. 9 more are in the hospital awaiting test results. There are currently 139 cases that are considered active, meaning people who haven't completed a 10-day isolation period since their symptoms began, or they received a positive test result. A new demographic data shows people in their 20s remain the most likely to be infected, but there were relatively large percentage increases in people over 40, as well as 11 new cases for people in their 80s, up from about 4 this time last week. We'll take a careful look at your screen. The Clark County Sheriff's Office is hoping you can help identify this motorcyclist. They are considered a person of interest in a shooting that took place in the 24500 block of Northeast Rawson Road in Brush Prairie around 2 in the afternoon on October 8th. If you have information that can help, contact CCSO Deputy Michael Currier via the email address that's on your screen right now. After nearly a decade of delays, the cleanup of Camp Bonneville is nearing completion. During an update this morning, the county's Public Works Department said removal of munitions on the old military training site is largely completed, with groundwater contamination assessment nearly finished. The 3,800-acre site is slated to eventually be home to a new 800-acre regional park, outdoor school for Washington State University, as well as a training ground for the Clark County Sheriff's Office and the FBI. A section of the site will remain closed off to the public due to ongoing risks of unexploded munitions. Now, the next steps include the formation of a master plan that'll include an extensive public input process, so stay tuned for more details on that. Well, as you've likely heard by now, Columbia River High School is currently without a mascot and logo. If you have an idea of what the new mascot should be, Vancouver Public Schools would like to hear from you. Here's Paul Valencia with our update.
The Columbia River Pilots. The Columbia River Rapids. Those are just a couple of the possibilities I've heard. As a Prince fan, until a name is officially announced, maybe I'll just go with the athletes formerly known as Chieftains. Okay, probably not. But what would you prefer? Well, Vancouver Public Schools wants your opinion, wants to know what you think would be the best new mascot for Columbia River High School. An online survey that will be up through October 31st is asking for your input, asking for your ideas. As you probably are aware by now, the Chieftains are no more. The Vancouver School Board voted unanimously in September to immediately retire the name and logo.
All right, thanks so much for that, Paul. Hey, if you're one of the more than 70,000 Clark County residents who works in Oregon, this year could present an interesting opportunity to save some money on your income taxes. Dan Barnes, a certified public accountant in Vancouver, says it could pay to take note of the time you spend working from home this year.
Okay, so if you're one of those fortunate people or unfortunate people who have to cross the river for a job, due to the COVID panic we've had, you're probably working a lot from home. And when you work from home, you're not going to pay Oregon income taxes. So be sure when you do your tax return for 2020, that you count the number of days, total days you've worked, and compared to the total days you've worked in Oregon. And that numerator and denominator will tell you what percentage of your Oregon wages are actually subject to Oregon tax.
Oregon Treasurer Tobias Reed estimates Clark County residents paid $221 million in state income taxes last year. To learn more about how you can file to possibly receive a larger state income tax refund if you've been working from home, be sure to check out our full story at ClarkCountyToday.com. Well, finally, this evening, Clark County pumpkin patches are in full swing, even with the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic. But of course, things won't be quite the same as usual. Clark County Today has been visiting area pumpkin patches to see how they're adjusting to things. And today we visited the Patch in Woodland. Per state regulations, nearly all farms across the region are required to have you wear a mask when you visit and socialize at food carts and play areas. For details on each farm, be sure to check their website ahead of time. Visit ClarkCountyToday.com for the full story on the Patch, and check back soon for our coverage of other farms. And that's your Wednesday check of the stories we're following for you at ClarkCountyToday.com. Be sure to follow us on Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram to see when stories are posted and be part of the conversation. You can reach us with news, tips, and story ideas via email at news@ClarkCountyToday.com. For all of us, I'm Chris Brown. Thanks for watching. We'll be back with you again tomorrow.